It's not in the card.
That's good.
It's in my what verse?
I desire your prayers here tonight. I ask that you'll pray that maybe the Lord will give me something to hold on to for a moment of time.
Lord help us. Help him, Lord.
You see, I don't believe that I can prepare anything at home and write out a sermon and then come and try to lay it out in front of you and it bless you, unless the Lord's in it.
Amen.
If the Lord's not in it, then I'm wasting my time up here tonight. I had every excuse today to not be here. I woke up this morning and clinged to my wife and I was shivering and I told her I was cold and turned out I had a fever. And I could have used that excuse. I could have. I've been cold all day, but my Lord does provide. This is probably the first time I haven't worn my coat today. Listen, my Lord, He provides when I don't deserve it here tonight. I'm awful thankful for another opportunity to be able to stand up here and another opportunity to be amongst my brothers and sisters. Because there's no other place I would rather be. It's hard to see people out at a church on a Saturday night. It's hard to get them on a Sunday, let alone a Saturday. It absolutely is, and you know, I find often, and it must be where I work in manufacturing and things like that, you run into the good old boys is what they like to call them, and they all hunt, they all fish, and manly men, I guess you could say. And when you talk to them about church, they'll say things like, and this is my favorite one because I hear it more often than anything else, I can go out on my boat on a Sunday, they'll say. I can go out on my boat on a Sunday and I can pray to God and be just as close to God as if I were to be sitting in a church house on a Sunday morning. You can serve God anywhere that you are, but when it comes to a Sunday, and there's somebody out in this world, maybe somebody that you know that needs God, listen, they're not going to come find you at your favorite fishing hole, brother. Listen, there's people in this world that I could stand up here all night and preach, and I'll never touch them, brother. But listen, there could be someone they love, someone they think is big, someone they're looking up to that could sit back here. They don't have to sing, they don't have to preach, and it could tear the heart of a sinner right of. I know it's true because I grew up watching it. I idolized my grandfather. I remember being in the truck with him one time and he asked me what I was going to be when I grew up, and I said I'm going to be a preacher. He said, why do you say that? I said, well, that's what you do. He said, no, I'm asking what are you going to do to pay the bills? We don't get paid for this up here. And listen, I wouldn't take a dime up here tonight. Listen, if you do, well, that's fine. But my Lord, He pays me in something that this world just can't pay me in here tonight. Listen, I came here tonight hungry, but not in the flesh. I came here tonight hungry, and from the first song that was sung, brother, I got this cup, brother, and ever since that first song had been sung, they like to say I've been drinking from the saucer because that first song, my cup's already overflowed. And listen, that's the goodness of my Lord here today. I'm looking for it to keep overflowing. And if you want to come drink with me, then you come on right ahead. There's plenty in store here tonight, brother. Listen, I get awful weak here in this world. And you know, I've been reading a little bit here today, and I've been reading about Samson there, brother. Listen, you want to talk about strength? I can read this Bible, and I can't find a man that had the physical strength that Samson had. Listen, he was born from a barren woman. His isn't it funny how my Lord chooses, listen, the people that He's going to use, born of a barren woman, and being a Nazarene there, listen, He had a vow that He had not to drink of the wine and to keep His hair long, and He had some strength, brethren. Listen, those Philistines, oh, brethren, they would always try to find a way to take Him down, but they couldn't. But you see, it says that in the Bible here, that Samson at a young age, the Lord was with him. He was full of that Spirit, brethren. But don't it seem funny that the older he got, the more that lust and the things of this world began to take over, and it overpowered his faith, brethren. And he came across a harlot that he fell in love with there. Listen, let his desires take over a Philistine woman, an enemy from the beginning. No doubt in my mind, she already had it out for him from the start. I don't know if she had anything there from the beginning. And when those Philistines had found out, those rulers and leaders of the Philistines had found out that Samson was with her there, they went to her offering her all kinds of silver to find out what it is that gives Samson his strength. And numerous times, brethren, she would ask Samson what it is that gives him strength. What would it do to weaken? What would it take to weaken him? And he gave her 3 different times. He gave her these ways, and he would just break and shake free from the bondage that he was in. But then the 4th time, brother, he finally told her if they were to take a razor to my head, I would lose my strength. Listen, that was in his vows as a Nazarene there. Listen, and one day or one night he was laying in her lap, and she called a man in to take a razor to his head. And you know what? She woke him up and said, the Philistines are upon us. And he didn't have the strength anymore, brother. And they were able to bind him there, but they didn't kill him. They decided they were going to humiliate him a little bit, and they brought him they had him in prison. He had to do hard labor, and they took his eyes from him, brother. Listen, could you imagine? Listen, when you're on top of the world one moment, and then your strength is gone. And listen, he stayed in bondage there. He stayed in hard labor for a while. The Bible even says that his hair was growing back. But those Philistines, the pagans and their ways, looking at their God and their ways, they ignored what was going on there. And he was down so low. Have you ever got to that point when you're so low that the only thing you can do is cry out and say, Lord, I need you. Listen, and you know what? The Lord, He heard him there. Listen, and they were having a little they were going to do their sacrifices at their pagan temple. And it was custom to give the crowd something to be happy about and to poke fun at. And there was Samson, the great judge. And they brought him there and they had their fun. And he asked to be set up next to these pillars. The pillars that held this temple up.
That's right.
A temple full of these Philistines. No doubt that was a very big event. There was thousands of them. And he prayed for his strength, and the Lord delivered, and he was able to topple that temple down. And it says in the Bible that that moment there, when he took that temple down, he took more people than he had took in all his battles. In just one sacrificial in one act of sacrifice. You know, there was a time when I was young and the mercy that was in me, the godliness that was in me, just being a little child and being innocent, I believed that the Lord He's there with you from a young age. I truly believe it. But there comes a time, just like Samson, when this world and it's sin and the beautiful things you see. We hear it preached often about the devil, how he likes to do things. You know, this world, they've got their mainstream way of portraying a little fat red guy with some horns and a pitchfork. Every time the devil's worked upon me, it's been glamorous. It's been beautiful things. It hasn't been some little demon running around. My Lord, listen, he works in a different way, but that devil, he will trick your heart with the beautiful things of this world. And listen, he was getting me that way, just like, listen, Delilah was with Samson. And you know what? I fell victim to it, brother, in this world. It cut my hair one day, and I was down and out. Listen, it didn't take my eyes, but it took my side. And I see what I needed to see. Listen, and you know what? All I could do was fall to my face. You talk about being in the mud. You talk about being in the dirt. The moment that I found my Lord, I was underground in a coal mine, brother, laying in rock dust and coal dust and water, flat on my face because my strength had left me, and I needed my Lord, and He saved my soul, and I came up a brand new creature, brother. But listen, I still stumble and fall, just like what I asked for prayer for that little girl, Samantha, a young 28-year-old girl, and they found out she had cancer. And you know, when I found that out, I went to her house. I left here and went straight to Kentucky that weekend, and I invited a bunch of people from high school, and I decided I'm going to trick them into thinking we're going to go just give her some money and just hang out with her for a little bit. But I planned on going there and holding prayer for her and maybe saying a few words because I knew that I was amongst people who don't believe, no different than the Philistines. Some of them, I'm not even joking, one of them's a pagan and believes in those kind of things. And you know, when I got down on my knees and I put my hand on her and I prayed, when I got off my knees, there wasn't a dry eye in that room. But listen, I've been awful shameful lately because that little girl, ever since then I've heard nothing but bad news. Every time I hear a report on her, they will say it's in her bones, it's this and that. She was hospitalized not too long ago because it had spread so bad in her spine that it was deteriorating her spine and she could barely walk. And I was thinking, well, listen, this world, those people that sit there that don't believe, when they see her like this, what are they going to think of my God? Listen, and I shouldn't have done it, brother, but my faith, it was dwindling on it, and I thought that maybe the prayers that we were saying and that we were telling her we were praying for them, maybe that was just for some comfort, brother. But the other day, I seen something. She posted a little video on Facebook, and she had just got the first bit of good news she's had in a long time. Said that her doctors had called her there and listened that they had done her bone scans, and when they got them back, they don't see any cancer in her bones. And I sat there and I just cried and watched that video over and over. Listen, tears just wetting my phone, and she just saying, I just gotta thank God, I just gotta thank God. And I had to get down on my knees and say, Lord God, all I've done is give up faith. I thought she was gone. I didn't think there would be any good news. Shame on me here today. There's power in my Lord today. And you know, I remember when I was preaching in her living room, I told her, I said, Samantha, you got to have a little bit of faith here today. I said, because when I come here to Kentucky and I'm here to visit, listen, there's a little woman that comes up and she gives me a kiss on the cheek at church, and this world told her that she wouldn't have been here, that she should have left a long time ago. I told her on Sunday Sundays, I'm in North Carolina, and I stand up in the pulpit with a man behind me who I should have never met, but my Lord had different plans, brother. And listen, I told her that when I'm at church, there's a little girl that comes running up and down the aisles and playing all the time. And this world told us that she would never do those things. So shame on me for getting down that low and saying, oh Lord God, maybe this is just for comfort. It's more than comfort here today. He's got a healing hand. He is the physician here today. He is the teacher. He is the master, and He is the light. He's the only way. You must repent and be born again here today. That's the only way that you're going to go to that land flowing with milk and honey. Listen, where the streets of gold, those walls of jasper, brother, and that ship is ready to sail. And my Lord came here a little over 2,000 years ago. Yes. Hung upon a cross and punched a lot of tickets. I'm not a selfish person here today when it comes to this. I used to be a lot of things. But I have never found the joys in this world. For the longest time I would find a lot of things that would satisfy the flesh. But it would never satisfy the spirit. I can't find it because it doesn't exist. The only thing that can satisfy the spirit, it comes from up on high. And it comes from my Lord Jesus Christ. My Lord loved us all so much that He gave His only begotten Son to come off of this throne of glory, to come down here, be born of a virgin woman, and to live a life here on earth when He didn't have to. I'm going to get out of the way and let these other brothers come. I love each and every one of you here tonight.